Sorry, I can't find the question, but I got it last night before I went to bed. But no, I would not. I would not, um, for myself personally, get dual citizenship. I don't believe I need dual citizenship, and that's just a personal choice. There's some benefits to having dual citizenship to anywhere, but like it's not for me. If I want to move somewhere, I just want to move somewhere. I don't have to become a citizen, and the reason for me is like it's just more of a protective measure for me. Like if something happens in another country that I'm a citizen of, like if I have dual citizenship, the United States is not going to help me at all. Okay? Because the United States does not help dual citizens in every way that they would if I'm a citizen, just simply if I'm a United States citizen, right? And I just decide to move somewhere and I live there, yeah, the United States will help me with to the best of their ability to help me if I need to get out of there in a war, if I need to get out of there, whatever they need to help me with, they'll help me with, right? But if I have dual citizenship, the United States does not assist with everything. Okay, because that's the country that I'm living in, that's also my country. So at that point, they're like, no, your country can handle it. Okay, because I'm dual. So that's why, I don't have to become a citizen. Just, if I wanted to move to Australia somewhere or whatever, right? Just move there. You don't have to become a citizen. Just be there legally. That's all. And that's my choice. That goes for anywhere. Like it's nothing that I want to jump into. I feel like if I want to be a citizen of different countries, I have to have a certain love for that country. I mean, I have to have stayed there and have to have a love for the people of that country, the way things are running that country. I'm just not going to jump and say, okay, I'm just going to become a citizen to become a citizen. No. Because being a citizen of a country requires a lot of responsibility, whether people know it or not. And I, that's just not something I want to take on. I'm not here to tell anybody else, though, what to do. This, especially if I was a guy. If I was a guy, and let's say wars break out, right? That country is going to want, that other country is going to want me to go to war. It's just stuff like that. Like there's certain things that don't need it. But that's just for me. Now, I also had another question as far as land ownership. Would I ever consider owning land on the continent of Africa? There was another part of that question. I'm not quite sure how it was formed, but as far as land, um, it's hard to own land in Africa. Okay, I don't know whether people know that it's hard to own land. You can lease the land. You can own a home, but you have to lease the land. Okay, and like unless you have to have like some serious documentation from chiefs, from tribes, from all kind of stuff to really make sure that you can keep the land that you own. They have to be able to sell it to you. It's either the government owns the land or the tribes own the land, and that's a serious thing. It's like customary laws in Africa all across. So it depends on where you are. So Nigeria may have different laws than Ghana, and Ghana may have different laws from Senegal or whatever. But as far as land ownership, a lot of that goes with the tribes. And so like you can own, like say for instance, if you wanted to move there and you talk to, I guess, one of the chiefs or whatever, and they say, yeah, you can put your home here, and you build a home, right? You still have, they're not selling you the land. A lot of times you're not getting the land because that land belongs to the tribe. Okay. And if you aren't part of the tribe, you ain't got no rights to the land. Okay. So you have to pay a leasing fee or something like that. Like lease it. I don't know if it's every year, every 5 years, a certain amount you have to pay. Okay. And so let's say something happens. Let's say they sell that land to someone or whatever. What happens to your house? I guess it belongs to them. Because what you gonna do? Up and move it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying. So ownership is a little different in the different countries in Africa. Like I think I looked it up a long time ago. Like in Ethiopia, I think the government may own all the land. no people own the land. So basically, like, you can get put off the land, and whatever you built there that you actually own, like, you can actually own your home. You can own your home outright. Yeah, you can, but you don't own the land. So if you get put off the land, then your home basically becomes the property of the tribe. Okay? Unless you have like really detailed documentation proving and saying that the land and the home belong to you. That's just what that it. Don't ask me all this, but I'm not about to do that because I'm used to over here in the United States of America. I know what's going on here. I know. I'm not gonna try to figure nothing else out. You know what I'm saying? Like, either I own wherever I place my home, I want to own the land on that home, where that home is. If the land doesn't come, if the property doesn't come like that, then I can't do it. I'm used to that. Okay. And I'm like, well, you pay taxes, you don't really own it. Well, you don't really own the land. You don't really own the land over there either. Okay. You will own the home, but you don't own the land. And that's what happens a lot of times, even with people who are continental Africans. That sometimes they have the home, and something will happen. I'm not sure what, but either the government or the tribe be like, no, it ain't you ain't on this land no more. Be gone, and they'll be displaced. Okay, and that's too scary for me. And then that affects how people can inherit. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, you have kids, and then you want to pass down the home to them, but you can't pass down the home to them because the land rights and the land ownership, and they don't know who that is, and then your home is just gone. So I don't know, it's just too much. It's just too much. So no, I wouldn't even look to own a property um on the continent unless, I would have to really know I own the land. The land belongs to the tribe. If you aren't a part of the tribe, you just ain't. Okay? You're just not. Unless they adopt you. Unless they say, okay, you've done what you need to do, and they feel comfortable with you enough to let you become a part of the tribe, and then I guess they'll say, well, you have land rights. But you don't have land rights. You just leasing the land. That's it. So yeah, I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to anything like that. So that would take, and just because, like, say for instance, if you become a citizen of a country, that does not necessarily mean you have land rights to own anything, because you have to be a part of a certain tribe. That doesn't necessarily, now every country is different. That's why I say it doesn't necessarily mean that. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into that stuff. Like, I just, if I buy a home, I want the land property to come with it. Just like my home right now. I own my home. This is my land. Okay? And I want to be able to pass it down. And you can't necessarily do that in in many places on the continent of Africa.